Hi, it's Nikki here and welcome to episode 3 of our 4-part series all about 4 ways to become a better manager, specifically line manager. And if you have watched episodes 1 and 2, you will know that we are mainly talking about communication. We're talking about communicating in a way that the other person can understand. We are talking about signposting, so setting expectations and standards. And this particular episode talks about clarification. And in order to help us with that analogy, I've got my metronome here. I've had this metronome since I was a kid. I learned to play the piano when I was a kid. I still have a piano now, but I really don't play it very well. But I love my metronome. If you listen. It needs restoring, bless it. And I don't use it that often. But the whole point to this is that what the metronome does is it sets out a beat. It sets out a beat. And what a pianist will do, or any musician, will play that back. And when you think about that in terms of what we're talking about, communicating, setting expectations and standards, playing it back is key to understanding that they get it, that they get what it is that you're after, whatever beat it is, whether it's a waltz or a falsetto, or falsetto. I don't know, I can't remember my terminology. Whatever the beat is, you need to know that they understand that they are playing that back. So you can use some very simple questions in order to do this. So if you're having a conversation, we used team briefs last time as an example. So if you're doing that, ask them just to clarify back to you. So what is it you understand from this conversation? And see how they phrase it in their own words. You can get them to write an email back to you, right? Give me the key points in an email about what it is that you think that we've agreed. There's some research somewhere, and I cannot remember where this comes from. So if you do know, please pop it in the comments. There was some research somewhere that give a really high percentage. I'm going to say 70%. I don't think I'm far off. That when somebody writes something down from a conversation, they're 70% more likely to remember it, and if it's an action point, achieve it. It's a really high percentage, whatever it is, for writing stuff down. So as well as clarifying verbally, you might actually want to get them to write it down and email it to you, whichever is your preference. But ultimately, you need to make sure that whatever it is that you are playing them is played back in enough way to make sure that there is a match. You need to understand that they understand. So that's it, really. By all means, feel free to use the metronome, the music analogy. I kind of feel inspired now to get to the piano, even though that's out of tune. Maybe that's a whole new topic. I'll think on that one. So communicate in a way that is useful to them. Signpost things by setting expectations and standards, and make sure that you are able to allow them to clarify back what it is that they think they've heard, so that there are no misunderstandings. On the final episode, then, we are going to really drill this down into just a few key things to do if things aren't going right or if you need to course correct. And so hopefully I will see you on episode 4. I'll see you there. I'm off to play the piano. See ya.